Hi, I'm Tim Wilhelmus. I'm one of the EVSCI cats, and this video is about using Google Docs to run an online class discussion for virtual days. So, the first thing that we need to do is open a Google Doc. I went ahead and went inside my Drive, and inside of my Drive I went to New, and down there created Google Doc, right? And when I did that, I got this, and I renamed it up here. By just clicking on that, you can see how that works. And then I went ahead and put some instructions for my discussion right here in the top area, the discussion assignment. It's a good idea just in general to, in whatever virtual space you are, to set your norms in the same way that you would in the classroom. And then I posted some questions that I wanted my fictional class to respond to. And in my thought is that the kids would then come in here and they would all have editing rights, right? And they would give a response. So based on your reading in section 1, what do you think the main character will do next? I think he will buy a book, right? And then I asked them to supply their name as an so that we could keep track of that. I also asked that they would comment to one another, so I asked that they would read each other's comments and then also add comments. Now they can do a couple of things this way. They can just keep writing underneath here, and everybody has the ability to add in Google Docs, or they could, if they wanted to specifically comment to my comment, they could click on that and choose Insert Comment, which is right here, and then they could say, Tim, what kind of book? Right? And hit comment, and there they would be able to comment to one another, and actually you can comment to comments if you like inside of this as well. So that's one way that you can have that done, and all it takes when you do that is to share the link of the document and give the kids editing rights to the document. And the way you would do that is to go up to the share button here up in the corner, and when you click on that, you can choose from this drop down here anyone at the Evansville Vanderburgh School Corporation can, and then you would choose edit because you want them to be able to write. And by doing that, by saying anyone at Evansville Vanderburgh School Corporation, it requires then that your students log in with their Google Mail credentials, and so you'll know who they are, even if they don't put their name on the comments that they make. And then all you'd have to do then is just copy this link and then send it in an email or in some form to your students, and they would be able to then go in and add their comments. I already added specifically Chris Gordon to this sample lesson. I can see that he's in the document right now. The reason I asked him to do that is because there's one other way that you can run a chat through Google Docs, and that is to run it through the chat window. Now the trick there is that the chat choice, this little show chat button, doesn't appear unless there is more than one person in the document at the time. So this would be something that you would maybe use during a specific window of time so that, you know, when the kids came in they could see the chat window. And if I open that up, I can see that Chris is in the document. I could send him a message like this and just hit enter, and now he sees that. And so really this doc then could be used for sharing perhaps a picture that we might all respond to, or some text that we might all respond to, and our responses would just happen in the window over here on the side. And so either one of those ways would work. The trick is just to create the doc and then to share the doc up here with anyone at the EVSC, and then make sure that you mark that they can edit, and then share that link out with your students, and then they can come in and respond in either of these ways.